is the method to your madness? What is the reason for your heartache? How do you live with all that self-deception? Crop out the deadbolt. I'm coming in. Love your modus operandi. Reason shaking deep within. I love that dirty satisfaction. Where you murder with a grin. The purpose of your runaway? What is the reason for your heartache? How do you live with all that self-deception? Bring out the high life. I'm coming in. Love your modus operandi. Leaves me shaking deep within. I love that dirty satisfaction. Where you murder with a grin. New York City, may I introduce Ronnie Sater. Method to your madness. What is the reason for your heartache? How do you live with all that crazy frustration? Break out the high life. I'm coming in. Love your modus operandi. Leaves me shaking deep within. I love that dirty satisfaction. Where you murder with a grin. Bring it, baby, bring it back home.
What about the Avengers, guys? Yeah, let me tell you, you guys can rock the boat.
Thank you.
Oh my God, Asphalt Green. I said, you know what, we're gonna open up because I said, we got Michael Carbonaro here in the house, man. You're rocking, I'm so happy to have you here. And we have Asphalt Green. And I said, you know what, should we just open up with an interview? And now let's have a musical number with you guys.
I like the idea.
Yeah, I'm sweating already. Can you tell? Are you guys, my God, you guys are so intense.
That's what we're going for.
Oh my God, and your hair. Ronnie? Yes, ma'am. Like that. I mean, how do you do it? Can I touch it again?
Can I touch yours again?
Oh, look at that. Isn't that so cute? I don't know how you keep it. I wish I have your hair.
It's easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl right there.
Come closer to what? Is this your
That's
what?
easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl right there.
Oh, man, I'm dying for your hair, Ronnie. I'm trying to pick you up, though. I'm a married
We're all
woman.
dying for his hair. It's just wonderful.
Yes, I know. So we got, hold on, Alisa.
Yes.
Right? Lee Davis in the drums, baby, right there. What happened with the flowers? You took the flowers out?
Yeah, I think they were getting.
Why? I like them, man. Now you're breaking my heart again. You guys love to break women's hearts.
And men's.
And men's hearts. So let's talk about the CD, please. And the website?
Yeah, we just finished an album. It's called Sinners, Tricksters, Killers, and Saints.
That's quite a title.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Yeah, I like it. Love
it's,
it.
it's available on iTunes and through our website, and it's going to be out on CD hopefully sometime next month.
Yeah, so, if we sell enough copies.
Yes. Your style is very groovy, very wild, guys.
Yeah, we go for simplicity, like
I know.
Serious rock and roll.
I know that this is what you do, rock and roll 24/7, nothing else. Or do you have time for love, for other matters?
I believe it was Confucius that said, I want to rock and roll all night and party every day.
Oh man, that's a great statement. But you know what? Times are tough. I wouldn't be so confident. I wouldn't be so confident. Times are very tough. We gotta pay the bills. We gotta pay the rent. We gotta pay the mortgage. So hey, nice and easy. I'm wearing my glasses. I'm going back to you, Michael, or Mike. I'll be back. You guys stick around. Follow the camera. Follow me. Michael Carbonaro, Mike Carbonaro.
Either one is fine. How are you, Sissy?
Very good. I'm so glad. I love the glasses.
I got them last night, actually yesterday.
Yeah, because you went to see the Avengers.
It was the Avengers Marathon. I started at 10 a.m. in the morning. By the way, I wanted to say thank you to the band. That was awesome.
That was pretty good, huh?
We're going to hear you guys again?
Yes, at the end.
Excellent.
We need money first.
Can we
Oh,
ask you a
come on.
question? What
Yes.
is the origin of asphalt green?
It is the old concrete production plant on the FDR highway.
Oh, nice.
Big billboard that says asphalt green, and I thought it was great.
It's pretty damn good, right,
New York
Michael?
rock and
Very
roll.
New York rock and roll. Well, we're gonna bring the action to you, Michael Carbonaro. I can't keep these glasses. You keep
So
them.
I got these at 10 o'clock yesterday morning, right? That was Thursday. I went to the Avengers Marathon. They showed all 5 Marvel movies. Then at 12 o'clock this morning or last night, we watched the Avengers movie, and it was absolutely incredible.
Incredible. Well, we are into comic books. Let me tell you, Mike. I said Michael Carbonaro. Mike, I don't even know how to call you. I like Mike.
Mike is great.
Mike is good. The founder of the New York comic book marketplace.
Yes.
That's pretty
yes.
amazing. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
amazing to see how you work with all those people. When I met you, what, about maybe 2 months ago?
No, about a month. About a month
About
ago.
a month
Yep,
ago, there
just
was
about, a little more.
right on 34th Street
At the Hotel Pennsylvania.
on the Hotel Pennsylvania. You were holding. Oh
That,
my
that
God!
was actually my last show. That was officially my
You-
retirement convention after having done it for about 20 years in New York City.
Okay.
But I'm getting a little antsy now that it's a month out, and who knows how things will turn out. But I can tell you my journey
Yes.
from collecting comic books at 4 years old to getting Stan Lee as the
Yes.
guest at our convention, who is the father of Marvel comics and
Right.
comic books and collectibles and all that kind of stuff
Right.
to the show. So,
Okay, we're gonna go back, Michael, to the
oh
beginning.
boy, okay.
Yeah, I know, because you know what? It's somebody like you, when I see you running the show the way you run the show, with all this energy, all these people around you, I don't know how you do it.
Running any production, especially in New York, either or whatever it is you're doing, if you're
Yes.
a band, if you're a show, but especially a convention for literally, it's like throwing a party for 5,000 people.
Right.
And everybody you have to say hello to, and they're all your friends, and that's part of the appeal and part of the madness of doing it.
It's incredible. Your
Yeah.
energy is very much out there.
Thank you.
And
thank
your
you.
hair is beautiful and perfect. When I
Thanks a
saw you the
lot.
first time, I said, I gotta talk to this man. I gotta get to know him. Let's go back to the beginning.
So, okay. I guess I started collecting comic books when I was a kid, 4 years old. And I used to have a big Superman trunk, which I still have. It's one of the only things I've actually saved when I was a kid. It was a big white trunk, and we covered it with Superman wallpaper. And I used to put my comics in it in little piles. You put them on a dump truck and wheel them out to the TV set on Saturday mornings and start putting them in order and counting them. And I remember looking at the Avengers comic book. So this movie last night was literally 47 years in the waiting since 1963 when it first came out, the comic book.
Incredible.
But anyhow, I started collecting them. Then one day, I think I was second grade, and I got home from school, and my mom wasn't home, and I came home early and threw a little party for some friends. She got really mad at me and took my comics and put them in the incinerator. We lived in an apartment building, and I cried and cried. And finally, after about 2 hours, I think she felt sorry for me. So we went downstairs and saved the comics that hadn't been burnt. And then she taught me how to look for the comics that were missing and look for back issues and send into the companies. And we went on bus tours all over the country looking at antique stores, and I started collecting and really getting into it and really developing a passion for finding the stuff. Then my dad lent me about $300 when I was 12, and I bought out the local comic dealer, took it to a comic convention, made a profit, and I've been buying and selling comic books since then. I kind of call myself a comic book cowboy.
Right, I like that word. I mean, it's like, but I was reading when I was, getting ready for this interview. I was reading about Stan Lee when he said that the comics they were not as considered, they were not respected in the way that they are today. Looking back in time, it was not like that at the beginning.
Yeah, very much so. Actually, I ended up paying for my way through high school and college.
You went to NYU?
Yep, New York University. And,
Yes.
Comic books paid for the whole thing. Actually, when I'd go out and I'd have girlfriends or have a date or whatever, I wouldn't tell them I was in the comic book business right away. 'Cause
Really?
It was an
Why?
underground society. It was just kind of,
Yes.
it wasn't accepted. People didn't understand, what you did or how people bought it. Now, in the advent over the last maybe 20 years, you have the first $1 million comic book being sold. You have these $1 billion movies coming out. And everyone now, I think, I saw so many young people at the Avengers movie, I was surprised. I mean, all 20 to 30 years old, and everyone was having a great time. Lots of young girls, ladies, men. It was awesome. And I think now they're just getting too exposed to all the crazy and great superhero stuff that we, us older folk or whatever, us comic book aficionados really loved for many years prior to
what do you
that.
think is the fascination?
Oh,
Michael?
gosh.
What's the do we need to escape? What is it? Because we've always been drawn to superheroes. What is it?
It's escapism. It's a way of reinventing reality for yourself.
I like that.
You can look at this. I mean, whether it's music or reading a great comic book, it gives you a way to leave exactly where the present and develop a better idea of what you might want to do to make the present even better for such a thing. Comic books, it's the combination of words, pictures, and colors, whether it's black and white or whether it's color. That's what I think that's what I think comic books really make, and that's why it's such a interesting art form.
Right. And the characters, people have to care about the characters, right?
I keep going back to this movie I saw. I'm amazed how they got it so right. I mean, we were rooting for the good guys by the end of the
bad
movie,
guys.
and Captain America and Iron Man and the colors. Marvel seems to use these primary colors in their characters. They use Iron Man is red and yellow, and the Hulk is green, and Captain America's blue. So, by the end of the movie, it was like happy eyes just looking at all this colors splashing like a psychedelic painting.
Beautiful.
It was really, really cool.
I can see you're still into it. My God, you're gonna watch the movie again?
I'm gonna see it every night for the next 30 days. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Are you? Oh man.
Well, I've been
Michael.
making money off of all these comic books since I was a kid, so I might as well give some of it back, right?
Yes. Well, let's go. I want to hear about the story in 1996. Can we go back
the
to
comic
that?
book convention story.
I want to hear about
All
that.
right. So we started talking about me, borrowed money from my dad, bought and sold comic books, went to conventions, and in the 80s, I ran a comic book store in Forest Hills, Queens, for a dozen years. And this is before comic books, like you said, were like, people appreciated before they accepted them.
Right.
So when I first opened the store, I remember the butcher from down the block would come in, and this is in Forest Hills, a kind of chic part of Queens, kind of she. And he'd come in and he'd look, I don't believe it, comic store. We'd have a line of kids around the block on a Wednesday when the comic books had come out. And it was really, really cool. And then in the 90s, everyone had comic book stores and it was all around. So I thought it wasn't as interesting anymore. So I left that. And accident of birth. I had always run conventions and liked promoting things and done stuff through the years, but on a small scale. There was a promoter in New York, and at the last minute, the hall that he had rented fell apart, and he couldn't do the show.